This might be my demise. Too many ops out here that's posing as friends. These gon' wear a disguise. Why you betray my trust? I thought it was love, but this doesn't come by surprise. Nothing as real as it seems when you chase your dream. No, you just gotta open your eyes. I already told y'all, then I showed y'all. Then I drove off. Got me by the doors off. I ran out of Papa's. If he nosy, I'ma knock his nose off. If he holy, I'ma send his soul off. Trust passing, I'ma cut his toes off. Much faster than a come on stop. If he ratting, I'ma cut his tail off. One mic, zero flaws. Spitting 24 karat gold bars. To a gunfight, I bring a blowtorch. Spending new money to fight an old charge. No such thing as no charge. Been hot since the Cold War. I already told you like Cardi done told you. You think it's a game, and I bought the controllers. The rain, let it fall in the soda. I've been dripping so long, got water erosion. Heart of a soldier. My just had a daughter. I just went bought her a stroller. My just lost his father. I just went bought her my shoulder. And I'm getting smarter and older. Call Mr. Carter the Yoda. We do this all for the culture. I bought a house in Miami. And I'm lying, it's cheaper. I bought it in Boca. My just lost his mama. Ain't I can do. I just called him and offered some closure. Then I pulled off in a Rover. I thought that I told you. I'm back on the road again. Been popping them. This might be my demise. Too many ops out here that's posing as friends. These don't wear a disguise. Why you betray my trust?
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Minnesota Twins taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Festivities are wrapping up. This place is rocking. Just about ready to go. And towing the slab, Cade Povich.
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
That's off the inside corner. Now 1-2. And a curve is down and in.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
And it remains 2-2. And that one upstairs.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
That's a nice at bat and a great take on 3-2. Probably could have gone either way in that spot around the knees.
And here comes Carlos Correa. And it's off the top of the wall. Coming home. Stuck in a rundown, trying for home now. And he's out. Here's Royce Lewis. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. Here's a 1-1. Curve in the dirt. Pitch misses inside. And now 3-1.
Get ready for some action here. Good RBI guy at the plate. Runners in scoring position. And a hitter's count.
Swing and a ground ball. That's a base hit as a run scores.
Well done. Drives in the run. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
That one fouled off. Next pitch is outside.
1-1.
Just
No,
missed.
that missed. That's a ball.
Lewis leads off first with 1 away. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Headed for the plate. He will score, and they take the lead.
He was all over that one. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
He's got it. That's out number 2.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Holiday. Over to first. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. And we're back. Today's starting pitcher, Chris Paddock. What do you have on him, Chris?
Well, that 12-6 curveball explodes out of the hand, and because he's able to throw the high fastball at the top of the strike zone for a strike, hitters commit to that pitch, and before they know it, they're swinging over the top of that curveball.
Bottom of the first, and into the box for Baltimore, Cedric Mullins. Late with the swing there.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
And that is out of play. Fights it off. He'll see another. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Has room, and he makes the catch. Here's Adley Rutschman.
All right, Boog. So I was scrolling through social media the other day, and a video of Adley popped up. It was a clip of him playing college football for Oregon State. How athletic is this guy? He tackled Stanford great Christian McCaffrey. Seriously, what can't Rutschman do on the field?
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Into the dive, and he got it.
Batting first, the shortstop, Henderson.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Gunnar Henderson. This one high in the air to left center. Castro makes the play, and that is that. Back here in Baltimore, all set for the start of the inning. Here's the second baseman, Brooks Lee. Povich back to work. And a base hit.
Wastes no time there. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
And that gets down into the gap. The throw to third. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners. Nobody out.
Oh, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Henderson. Here's Holiday for one. Safe at first. They won't get them both, and the runner comes in from third. Here's Byron Buxton. Worked a walk at his first trip to the plate. Pitch misses inside. Ball one. Strike one. Man at first, one away. Fastball for a strike.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
Runner takes off. Pitches low.
High leg kick.
Safe at second with a stolen base. At the belt and fires.
Full count.
That's back there. One hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. The run comes in to score from second, and they lead by 4.
Picks himself up an RBI. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Now Correa up to hit. Still only one out here in the inning. Next offering is in for a strike.
1-1.
O'Neill going back on it. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Tags up from second, and he'll head to third. And the throw's offline, safe at third. Here's the third baseman, Royce Lewis. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. And first offering is fouled off. Reaching down, makes the catch. Welcome back to Baltimore alongside former Oriole Chris Singleton. I'm John Shambi. These fans are excited for another season, Singy, and the O's have reached the postseason in back-to-back years, but came up short both times.
Is the third time a charm, Boot?
I don't know. They certainly hope so, but goal number 1 is to win the division and avoid that wild card altogether. And that's a base hit, and the leadoff man aboard.
Everything came together for him. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. He swings and fouls one off. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. O'Neill aboard here at first with nobody out. Gets a piece and stays alive. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Now fly ball to right center. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Jordan Westburg now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there.
Strike.
Ripped on a line. Stretches out and hauls it in. And next for the Orioles, Colton Cowser. Paddock, 29 years old, and he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2015. Late on that fastball.
0-1.
And a foul ball. Foul ball, still 0-2. This one in the air. Correa. And that's the third out. Top half of the third inning. Ryan Jeffers at the plate.
Been a rough start on the mound for this guy. This third inning so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
Foul ball. And ball one.
0-2 count. You got the opportunity to expand the zone. Could get the chase there. Let's see what he comes back with next.
O'Neill on his horse. Hauls it in for the out. And there's one away. Now it's the Twins DH, Matt Wallner. Fly to left his first time. Wallner checks his swing. Appeal down to third. Yes, he did. That's a swing. Here comes the 0-1. Well, Siggy here in Baltimore, and crab cakes. We need to get our hands on some crab cakes. You think we'll get someone to maybe run down for us and grab a few?
Absolutely. It's got to happen. Maryland crab cakes, the best. And you talk about the seasoning. Nobody does it better than the people here in the city of Baltimore. But even so, here at the ballpark, some great food.
Mullins settles under it. Pulls it down, and there's two gone. Yeah, and I'm kind of partial to my guy Boog down there over that right field wall, and some barbecue, because Boog can fire up some pretty good barbecue.
Yeah, and I'm surprised we haven't seen any of that yet up here in the booth. Come on, man, let's go.
O'Neill makes his way towards it, squeezes it, and that'll do it. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now here's the Orioles DH, Heston Kjerstad. Right side to first. One up, one down. And now Jackson Holliday.
Now let's go like the city, Rebels where it's at, we got it.
Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
That's a foul ball.
One out, base is empty. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. One down, base is empty. And base hit. The throw in.
Really nice job of two-strike hitting in that at-bat. You can't do much better than that on a pitch that far outside of the strike zone. Got him to chase on the two-strike count, but he wasn't fooled. He hit that ball really well.
And here is Cedric Mullins.
0-1.
Next offering is in for a strike. Holiday over at first with one away. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Adley Rutschman, the next to hit for the Orioles.
And remember, he was absolutely robbed of a base hit last time up.
And first offering is fouled off. Yeah, that's fouled off. Two outs. Comebacker to the mound. Throws to first, and that will end the inning. Back now at Oriole Park. New inning getting started. Now it's the second baseman, Brooks Lee. Mullins hauls it in, and there's one away.
Woo, he was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Chris, you played here in 2002. What are the memories that stand out as to being a member of the Baltimore Orioles?
For me, it was just pulling into the parking lot and having those that were there with an encouraging smile or a pat on the back, regardless of how things were going. It made it a lot easier to come to the ballpark, whether you were doing well or you were struggling. And then the way that they treated your family. I mean, this is a great place to play, and I'd say it's got to be one of the top places in all of baseball.
That's too low. And the count is 1-1. And you had a cameo in the movie Moneyball as an Orioles player in a highlight clip. And there's a hit. And now two aboard. Back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Byron Buxton. Finds its way through, base hit. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only one away.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. And gone. Grand slam. A towering shot to center. It's 8-0. One out, base is empty. Now the third baseman, Royce Lewis. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Well, it's easy to be satisfied and get a little distracted after a grand slam, but there's still a lot of work in this inning to do, and you can really deliver a knockout blow.
Inside, just missed.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this, but yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
And that one hops the wall. Around first, heading for 2. And he's got his second double of the game.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands. You let them.
That's a hit. O'Neill whips it back in. And that's good enough to hold the lead runner at third. Runners now at the corners.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it. Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Absolutely hammered that baseball. Very loud coming off the bat. 107 was the exit velocity, and at that speed, it's going to be a great result more often than not.
And another ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
And that'll do it. This game's a bit of a blowout, Siggy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
All right, Siggy, when you played, how much of a fashionista were you? Would you come to the ballpark dressed to the nines?
No, I wouldn't. Even on the road trips, I was, pretty average. There were some guys that would dial it up, and there'd be some outfits where you're kind of double taking and saying, where in the world are you going? But overall, I'd say I kept it low key.
Swing and a liner, base hit out into right center field. Makes the turn and heads for second. In safely, it's a double and his second hit.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Pitch was away, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Drive it the other way. Just go with the pitch.
And now, Ryan O'Hearn. And first offering is fouled off. Yeah, you see some guys into the fashion nowadays and big on the gram, as the kids like to say. Post their fits, right? That's what you say?
Is that what it is?
It's a fit. Your fit, your outfit, your fit.
Got a little drip around the neck, too.
Yeah, believe it. Scale of 1 to 10, how old do we sound right now?
Really old, like close to Social Security benefits.
Yeah. They got it for out number 2. So a man aboard. Jordan Westburg will hit next. 0 for 1 so far. And it's fouled away. O'Neill stands at second with 2 gone. Next offering is fouled back. Foul ball, still 0-2. Man at second. Hit on the ground to short. Correa slings to first, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready now for the 5th inning. And now, Ty France. Check swing, called strike.
Well, these Twins, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Throws to second. The tag, and they cut him down, going for 2. This is Willie Castro. And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Late swing, foul to the left.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
O'Hearn steps on first for the out. So the lineup flips over, and now the center fielder, Byron Buxton. And there's a hit, and that keeps the inning alive.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Well, now here's Carlos Correa with a chance to hit to second, and he's out. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the fifth, and into the box for Baltimore, Colton Cowser. Paddock back to work. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. So now here's the DH, Heston Kjerstad. He's 0 for 1. That one drilled left field. Going back. And out of here. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 9-2. And here is Jackson Holliday. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field, and there's one down. Next to hit, Cedric Mullins. 0 for 2 in this one. Swings through that one for strike one.
Wow. That's not even close to the zone.
That one down the line, and it goes just foul. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. 2 outs, base is empty. So next to hit for Baltimore, Adley Rutschman. And there's a foul ball. Down the line, Castro giving chase. Can't get there. This one lands foul. Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in. Last half of inning number 5. Battling here as he fouls it away. Off the mark there. And a count 1-2.
Boog, it looks like somebody missed the swing sign. That's the first pitch this team's taken for a ball all game long.
Out to center. Buxton moves under it. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. And we're back. And now here is Royce Lewis. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
0-1.
There's a swing and a miss.
0-2.
Hauls it in for the out. Digging in, Ryan Jeffers. And that's in there for strike 1. Foul ball there. 2 down.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Wallner now at the plate as he swings through strike one.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible. Look for him to throw it again at some point.
And that one fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Now he breaks his bat. On to O'Hearn. And the inning is over. Bottom of the 6th. And into the box for Baltimore, Gunnar Henderson. On the mound now for the Twins, Louis Varland.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
0-1.
Swing and a ball softly hit out into left center. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down. Here's Tyler O'Neill.
Now, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where are you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
And first offering is fouled off. The Orioles with a lot of ground to make up here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Orioles.
2 down, bases empty. And now the first baseman, Ryan O'Hearn. Swing and a base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going. And next for the Orioles, Jordan Westburg. That one the other way, and foul ball. Line drive, and that's a base hit. And now first and second with 2 outs.
Back-to-back singles, hooked around that pitch on the outside. But he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Now a chance for Colton Cowser, and that's in the dirt. That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
Well, it's a really good pass of the ball right there. Just a little bit too quick. He's got to find a way, just let it travel a hair more.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. On to first, in time. So the drop third strike doesn't hurt him. Top of inning number 7. And now the right fielder, Harrison Bader. And it one-hops the wall. Throws to second, and that's a leadoff double.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
And first offering is fouled off. Bader at second with nobody out. Breaking ball through there for a strike.
And this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Runner at second, nobody out. in the dirt. And that one is off the wall. Bader comes in to score, and it's an 8-run lead. Not in time, it's a double.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. That ball was drilled 106 off the bat, and that's the kind of feedback that tells you you're right where you want to be with your swing mechanics.
Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. At the plate, Willie Castro. Check swing, and he went. That's strike 1.
0-1.
Fastball is outside.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
That clips the inside corner for a strike.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play with 2 strikes.
Base hit and a run in to score.
Couple of singles back to back. Handled that down and in breaking ball very well. Saw the break early coming from the other side and just let it get deep enough and drop the barrel on it at the very last moment.
Next to hit, Byron Buxton, and that's off the inside edge. Ball 1. Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame here in the top half of inning number 7. Just missed.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
Fouled off left side.
Clearly he was geared up for the fastball right there. Maybe got a little jumpy and excited out of the hand, but he certainly didn't miss a stitch.
Here's Holiday for 1.
Good 2-seam action right there, running away from the batter, rolled over it, got the ground out.
Here's Carlos Correa. He's already homered here in this one. That's a base hit. Run scores. Tag at second, and he's out trying to get back. Royce Lewis, the next Twin up to hit. First pitch misses. Mullins on his horse. Nabs it. And that is that. Set for the last half of the 7th. Here's the designated hitter for the Orioles, Heston Kjerstad. Hard hit left side. On to France, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. Here's the second baseman, Jackson Holiday. He is singled and he is flied to left. On the ground to short, Correa. On the run, throw to first, and very nicely done for the out. 2 outs, base is empty. Cedric Mullins, the next to hit for the Orioles. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. He's got it, and that is out number 3. Paddock with his first major league win.
Yeah, nicely done. I'm sure he'll feel very good about that and get the ball for his trophy case, as he should. A start he won't ever forget.